Most people struggle to respond when somebody asks the all too familiar question, what do you do? And because of that, they're missing out on marketing opportunities every day. My name is Kurt Stockwell, and as a StoryBrand certified guide with over 11 years of marketing experience, I've helped hundreds of businesses create marketing that actually works. You're listening to the One-Liner Workshop podcast, and in every episode, you'll learn how to create a powerful one-liner that'll make people want to do business with you. Thomas King is the co-owner of Pro Roaster Services, a family-owned business specializing in certified maintenance and repair for coffee roasting machines across the United States. When engaging with potential customers, Tom often highlights his company's qualifications and the wide range of services they offer, but he needs a more compelling way to emphasize the value of certified machine maintenance. You see, many coffee roasters neglect proper maintenance, but this can result in costly downtime or even worse, accidents such as devastating fires. Our goal today is to help Tom create a clear and impactful one-liner that will resonate with coffee roasters and motivate them to prioritize certified maintenance. Let's get started. Hey, Tom, tell me a little bit about your industry.
So we do hands-on service on coffee roasters, different makes and models all around the country. We do preventative maintenances for these roaster companies. Once a year, they should have their machine taken apart and have all the ducting, cleaned out and make sure all the bearings are greased and gears are working, everything and stuff. So we want to just we do like repair services, emergency. If they're down, we can fly out there in a day and be there. We went to like Hawaii for 11 days, 8 clients in Hawaii, different islands. We were in Texas, New York, Denver, Maryland, stuff. So yeah, if they, wherever they are in the United States, we'll fly out there. Basically, we just work on coffee roasters.
So what I hear you saying is your customer they're technicians who love coffee. They're on the production side and the deliverable side and their passion for coffee, but they're not mechanics. And where do they typically buy these machines? Is it all sorts of different places?
Yeah, there's, a handful of really popular roasting companies out there that, they'll set it up, they'll fly out there. We actually would install some of them before we would do some installations, but we don't have that contract now to be able to just do that. So we're kind of doing most of the preventative maintenance stuff on them. Sometimes they have to do their warranty maintenance once a year, and the companies that sell the roasters, they don't do that. So they actually contract out people like us to do it. And we've got certifications. We've taken, very expensive classes. We have just 25 years of experience. We're kind of looking for more of the people that, they get in, they do their basic cleaning, but they're not taking things apart and getting into the deep end to make sure that their quality of their roast are good quality roast for their coffee to taste the right way. There's a lot of gauges and, air versus gas versus, there's a lot of like little gadgets that he has to make sure that everything's right as it needs to be. But, a lot of people think they can take care of it themselves, but really they're not doing the proper preventative annual maintenance that they need. That's kind of where our market is these people that, they don't have a staff.
And it's regular maintenance to keep the machines running smoothly.
Exactly.
And if the machines aren't running smoothly, then they're losing revenue. So your customer is relying on the fact that this machine has to work.
Correct. If they're down for like 2 days, they're losing thousands of dollars.
Tell me about your customer. Like, are they called like artisan roasters? Are they called coffee roasters? What are they called to like the general public? Is it just coffee roasters?
They're coffee roasters. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Here's the thing. When we come up with this answer to the question, what do you do? There's a couple ways we can do it. We can do it the backyard barbecue style, or we can do it the trade show style. The trade show style is you're talking to somebody who has a deep knowledge of what this industry is. The backyard barbecue style is if we said, we work with coffee roasters, they could be like, oh, like Starbucks?
Right.
Like, I'm sure you're not going into Starbucks and fixing their machines.
No.
Yeah.
They have all those people.
Yeah.
But as you can imagine, like talking to somebody at a barbecue, they don't know that.
No.
And so I guess the right question would be, where do you feel like this would be most useful? Is it speaking to these potential clients or like a super general 10,000 foot flyover version of this?
I think it's a very niche market. people are going to be, look at, if their roaster is down, they're going to be typing on the internet like roaster technician, or repair roaster services, Wisconsin, or whatever they do.
It sounds like when that person comes to the website, and we say something like coffee roasters, just the general term coffee roasters, does it need to say artisan coffee roasters? Does it need to say small business coffee roasters? If we just said coffee roasters?
All of them. Small, big.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Got it. So then what we want to do first is the one-liner really comes in three parts. It's stating the problem or the pain point that most of your clients face. That's step one. We're going to start off by stating the problem that most of your clients face. Step two, we're going to talk about your solution to the problem and how you uniquely solve it. And then step three, we're going to ramp up the success and clearly explain how your customers will either feel or the success that they can find after you solve their problem. Okay. So our one-liner is, most businesses struggle to talk about what they do. We have a simple process to help them find clarity so their marketing makes sense to their customers and their business grows. That's it. And that's really all we're trying to do here.
Great.
And so the first part of this is, let me ask you this question. What's your biggest struggle in describing what you do? Let's go down that path of when you're picking up the phone and calling somebody. When you get an opportunity to say, hey, this is Tom King with Pro Roaster Services, how do you what's kind of the lead-in sentence that you go with?
So I say, it's Tom. We're with Pro Roaster Services. We do coffee roaster maintenance and repairs to all types of different roasters all around the country. I believe your company roasts its own beans. Is that correct? Okay, great. And I'm just trying to get in touch with you, with the main person who does your roasting over there. Do you know who'd be best for that? Because half the time when we call, it's somebody maybe in the front of the barista making coffee.
And then when you start to, because it probably doesn't really matter too much what you say to the barista who's like, oh, okay, whatever.
Right.
Dave, I got a call for you.
Exactly.
So what's your opening line when you talk to Dave?
I'll say the same thing again to Dave that I just reiterated. I'll just let him know that we do coffee roaster maintenance, preventative maintenance, emergency repairs, all different kinds of roasters. We're certified technicians. My lead tech, and I'll be candid with them, it's my stepfather. He's been doing it for 25 years. I don't know anyone that's more qualified than him to do it. And then I'll just get into, how many roasters do you have? What kind of roasters are they? Are they this brand, this brand, this brand? When was the last time you had somebody do your preventative maintenance on your machines? And they'll be like, we haven't done anything like that for 3 years. Yeah. And it's like, most of these things require like a 1-year annual preventative maintenance on them to keep them, coffee roasting, tasting the right way, and to make sure your machine isn't going to fail and go down. So definitely, I believe our services would be very helpful for you and a peace of mind and making sure you have longevity of your machine.
Yeah. Okay. Peace of mind. I like that. That's really what they're looking for, is peace of mind, right?
Mm-hmm. They want to make sure the machine not going to go down. We're talking like $70,000 machines, $100,000 machines. Like if you spend annually $1,500 to fix that machine, or $2,000, $2,500, whatever it is, depending on how many days we have to be there, it's well worth them.
Got it. Okay. So really, that's the success that you're looking to provide, is peace of mind that your most important piece of equipment is going to continue to produce.
Yeah.
Because when it goes down, it's thousands of dollars of lost revenue.
Correct. On top of the repair cost now.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. So really the problem is, if you don't have a maintenance plan in place, when the coffee roaster goes down, it could be thousands of dollars of lost revenue on top of all of the maintenance stuff. So I would imagine that, like, when you do maintenance, you're giving, and I'm just going to kind of spitball, you've got like a gear in there that, as this gear gets older, if that thing breaks, then this happens and this happens and this happens. And the repair went from like, hey, let's replace this gear, to we have to replace the entire pulley system and oil, blah, blah, blah. And this went from a $100 part to $3,000 worth of parts.
Correct. Yeah. It's a domino effect in there. Not just that, but they're playing with 450 degrees, 500 degrees,
Oh,
even
yeah,
higher.
dangerous.
I mean, we're talking like major fire hazards here. Like,
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's very dangerous. So that's why you
Got
don't
it.
want to just go in there with someone that doesn't know what they're doing. And all of a
Yeah.
sudden you're getting too much of a flame in there than it's supposed to be. That's going to burn down everything around it. And that could burn
Right.
the whole building down.
Wow, got it. So most coffee roasting companies do not have a maintenance plan in place for their machines.
Right.
Correct. Yeah.
They call it a machine.
A roaster.
A roaster.
Roaster.
Okay.
Roaster machine is accurate too.
So I like that too, because even at a backyard barbecue, if you said, you're like, hey, Tom, nice to meet you. What do you do? And you said something like, well, you drink coffee? Yeah, I do. Well, when those beans are roasted, it comes from a coffee roasting company. And most of those coffee roasting companies don't have a maintenance plan in place for their machines. What we do, you see how that's introducing somebody into the recognizing the problem that anybody can understand. I would say the majority of people out there these days realize that coffee comes from a bean that has to get roasted.
Right.
Right. You're probably never going to come across somebody at a backyard barbecue who was like, oh, I always wondered where coffee came from.
Yeah.
Nobody's thinking that. Everybody knows it has to do with a bean. And so when you say, and you could be a little conversational and go, well, let me ask you, do you drink coffee? No, I hate coffee. Oh, well, you probably know somebody that drinks coffee though, right? Oh, yeah, of course. Well, most coffee roasting companies who roast those beans to get to your coffee, these roasting companies don't have a maintenance plan in place for their machines. And when their machines go down, it can cost. And so now we're amplifying the problem a little bit more.
Yeah.
Let me ask this question. Is it more about the lost revenue or the danger?
Probably the lost revenue.
Okay. When these machines go down, these companies can lose thousands of dollars a day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When a machine is down, they're like, how quick can you get out here?
Yeah.
Also, they don't know the proper way they think that they're cleaning it right. And like,
Yeah.
we just had somebody where he went down there and they never took off the venting, the ducking part up top.
Oh.
And when he took it off, like literally like a bucket of residue came out of like, that's going to cause a fire eventually. That was very dangerous.
Wow.
So companies are not doing it right.
Yeah. Okay. So that would be, again, these are all fantastic points. But if we try to put too much into like two sentences, then it starts to get way too like, oof, now you're starting to lose me. Right. But those are fantastic points. And if we were working on a website for you, we would definitely start to dial into those things. But the thing that I think we've agreed upon is the biggest thing that is going to spark somebody's interest is lost revenue.
Yes.
That's the peace of mind. That's the thing that's keeping these owners up at night. So what we want to key in on is this peace of mind. And so really the thing that you need to be leading on is for 25 years, we've been giving owners like you peace of mind that you can rely on your machine every day.
Yeah, that's good.
Can I ask you a question? Do you feel like you've got peace of mind now about how well your machine's working?
That's great.
That's really all you got to say.
It's true.
Really cool.
Yeah. And then you go quiet. And then they're like, no, we're leading people into this, to understanding that the biggest problem that you solve is peace of mind. Okay. Yeah. So let's get back into the solution that you just stated. So the problem that we're saying is most coffee roasting companies do not have a maintenance plan in place for their roasting machines. When these machines go down, it can mean thousands of dollars of loss per day.
Correct.
Yeah.
Let's put a little bit of a fun adjective next to this maintenance. So rather than saying for over 25 years, Pro Roaster Services has been providing maintenance, but what do we say? So like if we said superior maintenance.
Well, we're certified maintenance, but that's only like for a couple of brands, but they're the bigger brands. Like a lot of people have these machines, and we are a certified technician.
Professional certified maintenance.
Yeah.
Certified. I like the word certified.
Yeah, it's not a lot of people have it. Maybe a handful of people around the country have that.
Yeah. So for over 25 years, Pro Roaster Services has been providing professional certified maintenance. And now let's wrap it up. So at the end of it, you do a so that. Like we do this so that you get this. And so
Right.
the way we want to wrap it up is we do certified maintenance so that you get peace of mind. And so I think that the way to wrap up this kind of final sentence is we provide professional certified maintenance so that roasting companies can grow their business with confidence, giving roasting companies peace of mind that their most important
Asset will continue
to produce.
to produce.
Let me read this. We're going to start. Step one is stating the problem that most of your clients face. So we're going to say this. Most coffee roasting companies do not have a maintenance plan in place for their roasting machines. When these machines go down, these companies can lose thousands of dollars a day. Okay, now the second part here is we're talking about the solution to what we just stated. For over 25 years, Pro Roaster Services has been providing professional certified maintenance. And the third part is we're ramping up the success and clearly explaining how people will feel or what they can expect when the problem is solved. So coffee roasting companies have peace of mind that their most important asset will continue to produce.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
I like it.
So let me read it all just in one flow.
Okay.
Most coffee roasting companies do not have a maintenance plan in place for their machines. When these machines go down, these companies can lose thousands of dollars a day. For over 25 years, Pro Roaster Services has been providing professional certified maintenance so coffee roasting companies have peace of mind that their most important asset will continue to produce. Again, this is just introducing somebody into the next step of the narrative. And what we talked about was lost revenue. And we mentioned that right away. When these machines go down, these companies can lose thousands of dollars a day. And we brought in the solution. We've got 25 years. We've got professional and certified.
Yeah.
And then the success that ultimately they're looking for is peace of mind.
Correct.
That their most important asset will continue to produce. Now, if like you went to the website, which it sounds like the first place that maybe you would use this one-liner, let's actually look at it together. You mentioned that your website. What's your URL?
ProRoasterServices.com.
Right out of the gate there, it says professional coffee roaster maintenance. Perfect. Then the next thing that I would do is instead of welcome to Pro Roaster Services, I would take the one-liner and put it right there. I would just drop in the one-liner that we just worked on. Most coffee roasting companies, blah, 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 blah. And then the next thing that they're looking at when they scroll down is click here to learn more about our services. Here's our services, preventative maintenance, inspections and services, emergency services. So now you're answering all those questions. I always say that the one-liner, the whole goal of the one-liner is to have somebody say, that's so interesting, tell me more. Because when you identify the problem and anybody can recognize it,
right?
They hear when these machines go down, these companies can lose thousands of dollars a day. That's why making it memorable and repeatable is so important.
I like it. Creates a problem and gives them a solution and a peace of mind all quickly.
And what I always encourage people to do is take this and kind of kick it around in your head for a little bit, say it a few times, say it 50 times, and eventually you'll kind of figure out how to add this into all aspects of your marketing. And then now what we've done in this conversation is I've opened the door, hopefully, to you as business owners to go, okay, I see that when I talk about my company, I need to start with a problem that the listener or the reader or the user identifies with quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
That makes
And the problem that we landed on is the machine. And really what they're looking for is peace of mind. That's what you sell, is you sell peace of mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I like it. It's easy that you can talk to anyone at that barbecue about that. I like it.
Another place to put this is in an email signature. So you could have the last part of this one-liner sitting underneath your email signature, and it could say, for 25 years, Pro Roaster Services has been providing professional certified maintenance so coffee roasting companies have peace of mind that their most important asset will continue to produce. You put that in your signature of your email, and then every time they see Tom checking in on me, he's going to be like, Tom, peace of mind guy.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Well, that's all for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. Follow the One-Liner Workshop wherever you listen to podcasts. And remember, businesses that succeed in today's marketplace invest in clarity and reject confusion. A great one-liner is just the first step in creating marketing that works. And if you're ready to take all your marketing to the next level, please visit welldressedwalrus.com and schedule a free consultation with me. If you'd like to learn more about StoryBrand and Donald Miller, the creator of the one-liner, check out the book Building a Story Brand wherever books are sold. I'll see you next time for the next episode of the One-Liner Workshop.